Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here in the Latiners Network. Ready to go over all the shows, films, documentaries released on streaming over the past week, give you our best recommendations or non-recommendations as the case may be. And of course, at the end of the show, letting you know what's coming out over the next 2 weeks so you too can create your very own watch list. Joining us as always, it's Senor Jaime, aka Chewy. What it is, what it was, what it shall be.
What up, brother? What's going on?
So you're probably wearing your commander's hat, which will last about a week
We have hope.
or two,
Keep hope alive.
maybe 2 weeks, and then it's the usual. Uh, Stay optimistic is what I say.
I'm on, dude.
Whatever. Yeah, but that's coming up. Fantasy football is coming up. Drafts are, as we
Two
speak, being
weeks.
conducted.
2 weeks. Week and a half away.
Yeah, we got a couple already, so I'm excited about that. But get our Sundays back to football. But until then, there's still lots to check out, man. So let's get into it. Yeah, I don't think there was a feature-worthy show this week. So I think we just some quick takes unless you.
I can't even remember what came out this week.
That's
So that says it all.
that's what I'm saying. So we just do a quick takes on some of the shows. We'll break it down to one section, of course, at the end of the show, letting you know what's coming out. So let's do it, man. Let's start with the film. The first one here on Amazon Prime, Jackpot with Aquafina and John Cena. Decent cast.
And let's not.
Yeah, it's a great premise. Like the premise, I think it takes place like 4 or 5 years in the future, California.
Trailer was funny,
You know,
and that was it.
yeah, it has like if you win the lottery, everyone has a right to whoever can kill you before sundown. They can kill you without using any guns. They get the winnings. It gets transferred to you. Katrina wins the lottery, and John Cena is a guy who protects her. She gets 10%, and he keeps her alive essentially. Yeah, this shit's dog shit. Dog shit. What a good premise, good cat. What a waste. It's a total waste of time.
Yeah.
Don't bother. It's horrible. Really bad. Next one here is Bad Monkey on Apple Plus. Fans of Apple Plus. Vince Vaughn. Fans of Vince Vaughn. He's kind of a detective who's kind of on the outs on the force. He got suspended or whatever the case is. Just kind of buying his time, and he gets thrown a bone by, I guess he's out in the Key West. They found an arm in the ocean. They want to just transport it to Miami PD, make it their problem, but he decides to kind of jump in and wants to figure out what happened. As he feels that's going to get him back in good graces with the force. Chewy on the watch list or not?
Man, he's so money he doesn't even know it, dude.
Oh, he knows it. He knows it. He does.
No, this is had to be cut. But I actually enjoyed it, man. I wouldn't know what to expect, and so this is. I mean, he is. It's been fun, man. He's a funny guy. He can be serious. He's done serious some places, serious stuff, but this is right up his alley where he's kidding, half kidding, kind of a la Ryan Reynolds type, right? But gives us a little different, neat little spin with the murder mystery and his investigation, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I like this one. It's cool. It's very cool. It,
Yeah.
it dropped 2 episodes. Vince Vaughn. It's kind of like Ryan Reynolds when they do what they do. It's good most of the time,
Yeah.
or at least them. And
hmm
Vince Vaughn fast talking. Throwing
I mean,
words salad out
think
so
of the
quickly.
internship, think
Wedding
old
Crashers,
school.
Wedding
I
Crashers, old
mean,
school. Yeah,
yeah.
come on.
I mean, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, vintage Vince Vaughn. Yes, it's cool. It's a good little mystery. It's funny. I like this. I got some guys from those things. Oh, that guy, he's from this show. Yeah,
hmm
you see all over the place. It's good. I enjoyed it. The mystery is not great so far anyway, but it's coming together. Only 2 episodes, but it's
hmm
enjoyable. I think this was definitely on the watch list on Apple
Yeah,
Plus.
interesting choice of narration. I kind of giving us
Yeah, yeah, and I showed
different
that. Yeah,
perspectives and
exactly.
yeah, tying things together, which is actually very unique as well.
Yeah, so it's cool. I'm enjoying that one. So even the wife, she saw it, she kind of jumped in that one. So
Mhm.
that's pretty good. Fortunate for her, it's a weekly release, so she was disappointed at that.
Oh, cool
She
baby.
couldn't hoard up with that. She couldn't binge hoard.
All
Uh,
she could binge was 2 episodes, and that's it.
yeah.
Gotta wait.
So the next one is Bel Air, is season of 3, right? So on
Correct.
Peacock, dropping 3 episodes. This one, of course, the remake of Fresh Prince of Bel Air, of course, way back in the day, Will Smith. This is more a serious, kind of dramatic, still kind of light show. Surprisingly good. I thought when it came out, I did not expect it. Enjoying it, then you spin on the Will character and the Banks, and
Mhm.
Jeffrey's not just a butler anymore. That's for sure. Yeah, I like it. It's interesting. Like I said, this kind of show like this. If you've been watching it, you should watch it. If you haven't, you have Peacock for whatever reason, maybe you want it for the Olympics. This is probably one of the few shows on Peacock that actually works, personally. So definitely on the
No, they
list.
have very limited original shows that work, and this is definitely
Yeah, this
one of
this is
them.
up there for them. So yeah, definitely on the watch list.
Mhm.
I guess I assume you would agree with that.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm a fan of the show. Obviously, there's very few Peacock shows that we recommend.
Yeah,
There are a couple of good ones, right? There's some good
there's been a
ones, but
couple that drop here and
yeah,
there. Just there's no
yeah.
consistency at all with.
But this has probably been the most consistent, the best show since its launch.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I'm glad they did just the 3 episodes, kind of do it like Amazon, Apple style for the most part. Because usually they
Whatever.
drop all of them, and I don't know, yeah, whatever. I like the little pacing's okay.
No,
You know,
okay, but I don't need three
just not
episodes
on
day one. I don't
Wednesdays.
need 3 episodes day one. One or two is
One or two
sufficient.
is fine, but I'm saying at least they drop all 10 or 8 or whatever how many they're
Yeah.
gonna be. But yeah, it's good. It's a solid show, no doubt. This last one here, I was excited about on Max, Rick and Morty, the anime. So there's I guess an anime version of course, Rick and Morty, a different kind of take
Mhm.
on it. If you guys are fans of the show, I know we are. I think the show's brilliant. Uh, this show is absolutely the opposite of that. I mean, to say it's dog shit is the end of the dog shit. It's just like Tyrannosaurus shit, like in Jurassic Park and Jeff Goldblum. That's the kind of shit this show. This show is terrible, awful, unfunny, boring. Though I don't know what's going. I only dropped 1 episode. Thank God, because I don't know if I want to see another one. To be honest with you, and I may already be out. Chewy.
I don't know what I was watching. Um, I'm sad with my son. We love Rick and Morty. We still love Rick and Morty.
Of course.
But Rick and Morty, the anime, is I don't know what it is. I don't know who greenlit this and thought this was a good idea. Or maybe the excuse is just dog shit because it's not funny. And maybe it has a couple of haha moments, but it's not Rick and Morty. It's just I don't know, dude.
I
It's
mean,
just
I
weird, man.
appreciate them doing something with the prop. I guess nah,
I mean,
dude.
is it really going something where they're just giving us
I
an
don't.
alternate universe
It kind of
in
isn't.
anime style, and you take away what makes Rick and Morty, which is basically the writing and the humor
Yeah,
and the in your
and the voice
face,
acting. It's
yeah,
hard to kind of they got. It's I can live with. I get it, but dude, I was like, first 10 minutes, I'm like, dude, this is not. This is really bad.
mhm.
And the last 10 minutes, this is even worse. Yeah, I don't know what the show is. I really don't.
This is epic fail, dude.
Yeah,
This is.
like I'm not watching anymore. I mean, someone
I'm
tells
gonna
me
watch the next one just to see. I mean, I
if you
think I'll
tell
give it
me,
a couple
oh, if you,
episodes.
I'll let you tell me, dude, watch it. Okay, fine. But
No, no,
other,
all things being equal, just go watch the Law Persist and watch this and this. That's
that's
wicked
what I'm
on the
saying. If you haven't seen Rick and Morty and all
Shit.
that, go watch Rick and Morty. That's just it's a fantastic show. But this is I don't know, a disaster. What is this dog shit? Like, God, I don't understand what they were thinking. It's really a huge letdown. I mean, I didn't expect Rick and Morty level, but at least attempt to try to get close or whatever. Wow, oof. Very. It's like, oh no, it's very bad. It's like it's
Yeah.
the worst thing I've seen all week. It's the worst thing I've seen in a long time. It's really really bad. So that's it for this week. Again, not a great week. A couple of things there, but again, Bel Air, of course, Bad Monkey on Apple Plus. Not that everyone has Apple Plus, which is a shame. But yeah, isn't that the least watched streaming service?
I mean, I still don't know the official numbers, but
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw
apparently,
reports one of the
I
least watched.
think I think it's. Yeah, I mean, it's
What a
not going to
shame.
be the top. I tell you that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think they were talking about cutting back on expenses because they spend a lot of money on Apple
yeah,
Plus.
yeah.
Not that they don't have money, but they don't. Let's not waste it because you have it either, which is a shame because I mean that tells me they're gonna cut back on shows that maybe on the fringe we're not gonna get more seasons of.
Well,
That's a shame.
they did renew Dark Matter. That got renewed for season
Oh,
two, which was
very
surprising
bad.
because I was like, with the announced cuts, I was like, okay, well that's not coming. Even
What?
though it was, I'm not sure how popular and we loved it. I wasn't sure if that was one that was like, oh yeah, we're clamoring for a season
That's
two.
interesting. Yeah, because I thought it. And
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I'm all over it. I like Dark Matter. That was a
No,
cool
no, no,
show.
no. Actually, I'll take it, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad. I'm glad there's the money for that and stuff.
yeah.
So
So that's
let's see
fine.
what they start cutting. I mean,
Exactly. I know.
things may get a very short leash, if any leash at all.
Yeah, like Max cut a lot of stuff, and they really should be cutting Rick and Morty already. But hey, that's a different conversation for a different day. Next couple weeks, a lot.
Paramount TV, that got the act.
That's
So,
not bad.
oh boy.
But let's talk about we got we give you 2 weeks of releases. A lot of stuff.
Well, before we get to that, I just
Oh,
want to give my thoughts on the finale of Umbrella.
oh,
Because
that's right. Yes.
you streamed the whole thing. I didn't have a chance.
Sure, sure.
I don't have to force myself to watch it one night. But yeah. So like through the first 4 episodes, it felt like a normal season. Where I was expecting 8 to 10, and then 5 and 6 were like, let's just zip through and get to a conclusion. Where the conclusion probably, but there was just so much they could have explored, so much they could have done, so much more they could have, got into, because there was so much going on through the first 4.5 episodes. You're like, how did they wrap this up in an episode? How is this possible? And it seemed like it deserved a better, not that it got a bad ending, but it deserved its proper length, its proper pacing, its proper send off for these characters. These are characters that we've loved for 3 seasons. This is a half season, really. It's not even a full
Well,
season,
yeah,
for
yeah.
3.5 seasons. And so I'm disappointed in that, because it's like I said, I don't mind the ending. Ending, okay, fine, made sense once you click, but you could have explained and deep dive into, like I said, why didn't they show more of the whole? They're traveling through the transit. All they mention, right? But they don't show anything. They showed one
Yeah.
with the with the which what was the academy? Was it not Sparrow? It was I don't remember what they called it. And then that was
Oh,
it. And then they need to do this time jump, right? 6 years, 3 years, but and they don't get into it's the whole Luther sidetrack. They could have done so much
it's a
more in
shame.
that.
Yeah, the more I thought about it, and then they're splitting yesterday, and it's just the worse I thought the worse it got for me. You know, I thought they stumbled the ending. I think they felt the ending. To be honest with you, they deserve better.
Well, the ending. I mean, not the way it ended, but there's
No,
just
even
that's
the
how
way
they
it
presented
ended,
it.
because I think these characters have been through so much, right? Like if and I compared to the boys, right, where everybody's just most characters are just bad. Like they all die in the end. Okay, that's fitting, right? I get it. Walter White, right? I get it. That makes sense. But these guys have been gone through the ringer, saved the world 3 or 4 times. The traumatic. They deserve something happy in the end,
Mm.
and it kind of robbed them of that. Just didn't work. The more I thought about it, it's like, man, the worse I thought it would. For me, I think 5 should have taken it for the team. He should have died because he's the only character that's kind of more on his own, but more than anybody else, right? And he went 50, 60 years by himself with a mannequin, right? He's used to that. He has nothing, and he thought he got something with Diego's wife, and he lost that as well. He was sacrificed to let his family continue to live, right, in an alternate timeline, but they live. Find some way to get the marigold in him. They use the Hargreaves'
So yeah,
wife.
some things
Yeah,
that I was like,
his wife, Hargreaves' wife could have, she'd have created the thing, could build up something, pick the marigold out. He takes it with him. He dies. The role resets, and then you get the flash forward scenes of everyone who doesn't know each other just living out their lives. And you can have Diego meet that girl in the bar, and then you have, I thought a great idea of having Klaus be like a drug counselor. That would have been interesting to see that kind of in the future. He's clean and sober, but he's helping other people.
mhm.
Things like that. The girl still could be an actress and have a scene she cut. She moves over, and there's a family, her daughter and her husband, showing them living on in different lives with no powers, as if nothing ever occurred. That would have been much more a nicer ending of what Fight takes for the team. It just did, yeah, they deserve better. It's a shame. It really is. And what I thought about it, it's like, nah, they failed. They really did. They Game
Yeah.
of Thrones it. This is called.
No,
Let's be
I
honest.
don't know the game. I don't know
I
the
think so.
Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
yeah. At first, I was
It's
okay.
not Game of Thrones level of
I,
failure. At least not
well,
in
Game
my
of Thrones
eyes,
was
because
a bigger failure
I,
because
I, I
it was a better
wanted.
show, but it had a bigger fall. But the fall was there nonetheless. And this
Yeah,
show,
but I wanted more, because
they needed more.
they could have
Yeah,
explored so much
a
more,
lot. Like I'm saying, and
and then to get to that conclusion, which is fine. But they just seem to
they
like
didn't
just
set it up right.
shortchange it
Yeah,
for some
if
reason.
that was the ending going to do,
Yeah,
set it up right. They just,
they could have been more with Hargraves, whatever,
yeah,
and his wife, and I just there's so much more. It could have been some flashback, something, right? Just to
yeah.
give us something more,
We were
and
shortchanged.
just
That's
yeah,
at the end of the day. And as soon as you hear 6 episodes, you're like, damn, it's a shame. That show deserved
yeah,
a lot better than it got, unfortunately. But whatever.
mhm,
It is what it is, and
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I did that. God knows. I'm sure we'll find out something down the road. I don't know. That being said, is next couple weeks a lot of shows which I hope end better than Red Academy. So maybe last that long. Let's be honest. The first one is on Max on the 19th. Is Chimp Crazy. This is
Chimp, not chip.
Chimp. Yeah, I said Chimp.
Yeah.
Chimp Crazy.
Okay.
This is Tiger King with chimps, kind of. It's a woman who is.
I don't know if
That's
Tiger
a,
King.
I mean,
It's a
King, but it's
documentary
a
about it,
documentary. But
but
as a woman, I guess she's has an
yeah,
interesting relationship with monkeys or whatever
yeah.
chimpanzees. It looks interesting. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's three episodes. I'm not sure dropping all at once.
Yeah.
Starting on the 20th, we have the weekly release of Untold on Netflix. These are the kind of their
Three
own,
episodes,
yeah, their own
three
30 for
movies, I
30
guess.
kind of
Yeah.
span fit with that. Very good documentaries on something sports related. The first one of
Mm-hmm.
quarterback Steve McNair, who ended up after retirement ended up getting killed or whatever the case is. So they're exploring that and his murder. On the 21st as well, Netflix Back to 15. I forgot about this show. Season 3, if I'm
And
not
the
mistaken.
Brazilian show, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of a light show. A girl who kind of is in her 30s finds a way to travel back into her old self at 15, and ends up kind of messing things up in the past, of course, which affects the future. Funny light show, Spanish show, so we support it
Mm-hmm.
here at Nurse Network. God damn it,
The Brazilian show, not Spanish.
Brazilian, well,
Yes.
Latino show. How that? There we go. A
Mm-hmm.
non-English speaking show, Southern Hemisphere show. Then we got the 21st is Accidente. Speaking of Spanish,
Spanish show.
Accident, of course, is to show the drama. I guess a few kids get killed at a birthday party or something, and I guess the people lives are destroyed and looking for retribution, something like that, something along those
Not
lines.
Spanish drama, right?
Yeah,
Murder.
Spanish drama. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, mystery. Yeah.
Those could be decent on Netflix. White Earp, the Cowboy War, something like that, right? The documentary on Netflix.
Docudrama. I guess I'm not sure if it's
Docudrama.
straight documentary or more doc or dramatized.
Yeah, with
You
some
know, a la history type, but they mix in some documentary with
like Cleopatra, like
some
they had way
action.
back.
Yes.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
along those lines. Because White Earp, the showdown, the
I
OK
mean, the OK
Corral.
Corral, dude. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
Tombstone, baby.
I don't think this is gonna make you forget about Tombstone, but fair enough.
Ah, yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
I'll
I
be
should,
your Huckleberry, dude.
yes, damn right. Doc Hollywood. Doc. Yeah, I forgot his name.
Doc Holiday, not Doc
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
That's another movie. That's the Michael J. Fox, another legend.
Yeah, no joke, dude.
Another Canadian legend. God damn it. The '90s show comes out on the 25th. I know the part 3, 4, 5.
Part
Who
three
cares?
now.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
season three,
Whatever.
part three. Oh, come on, dude. I mean, like I said, it's nostalgic.
Fair.
It is funny. I mean, I get it. Like you said, the comedy has it.
That's
It
fine.
does
Yeah.
it.
I
It
get.
had some season two had some funny moments
Okay.
with Carmen Elect. Where they done, I think, better than even part one was where part two. I mean, they really placed these cameos and made them work.
Okay.
Right?
Fair enough.
They have Carmen Electra. They had what's this guy's name? Not the guy who developed Robot Chicken. What's his name? Uh, he was in Italian Job. He was a short guy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know
I
who
forgot
you're
his
talking? Yeah, but I
name.
can't remember
The
his
short
name.
guy.
Yes, yeah,
It's not
short
Ken.
guy. Obviously, they had.
It's not Kennedy, but I forget his name. Either way, but yeah.
No, not kidding. No, and also, and I think the next one. Oh, they also had Matt Ryan. So like they've been dropping some very cool cameos, independent story. Let's see. It's funny. I like it.
Fair enough. On the 23rd, we got Incoming. This is a movie, kind of a the high school shenanigans. There's four young kids get invited to a party and one trying to hook up with this girl. Of course, they're trying to break the monotony for them being nerds or whatever the case is. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
that'd be
American
freshman,
Pie kind
incoming
of vibe to
freshman,
it.
right? Yeah.
Could be interesting. And another film on Peacock, and the legendary John Woo presents The Killer. This starring the girl from Game of Thrones. I forgot her name. And Lupin is also.
Another version of the killer. Is it like the third version?
I'm sorry.
Or is it like third version of the killer that we've gotten already? Or
Maybe I know we got one killer with Michael Fassbender, which is pretty good on Netflix.
yeah,
But this
right?
was
No, but by John Woo, wasn't there like another?
no,
Like,
no, his wasn't John. That wasn't John Woo. That was
okay, okay,
no, not at all. This one's John Woo. Of course, he's
okay,
an action director, a little past his prime, but it looks interesting. Looks like it could be kind of fun. Whatever.
okay.
So to check that out again. That's on Peacock on the 23rd. The week after that, on the 25th, on Max, we got City of God. This is interesting. I guess a show based off the film City of God. We've seen that Brazilian movie. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
very good movie, but a young, I guess a boy, a photographer, who I guess is the main character in the show now. I guess he's older, and a drug dealer who uses the photographer to help him kind of, promote him and his power and his drug ring, his territory and all that. So this interesting that they do a show about that. So I'm kind of
Yeah,
curious.
yeah, I'm not.
Of course, the 27th, I'm very excited. Only Murders in the Building is coming back for season 4.
Season four.
Although
Yeah.
season 3 was a little bit of a dip, still very good. It's a little dip for me.
Come on, stop it.
In comparison to the first episode, I can't wait for this one. The cast looks great. So
They go Hollywood, man. They go Hollywood.
yeah, this is one of Hulu's finest shows for sure, and it has been. So it's so good. And then we got Rings of Power on the 29th. Do that information what you will. The first season is okay. This is a show that this didn't live up to the hype. I thought maybe second season gets better. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
So it's great production. I'll give it that. They put money in it. On 29th, we got the Terminator Zero anime version
Anime.
of the Terminator. This looks actually interesting. Netflix does very well with the animes. They really do. So
This is an anime I want to see, not Rick and Morty.
yeah, that God, it's anything Rick and Morty won't trouble. But yeah, Terminator can't really crack. They
Maybe
haven't
show
cracked
me
that
the
code
porno guy.
since the original, the second one. But this looks interesting. So and then we got Jeff Goldblum coming to Netflix on the 29th. The legend Jeff
Yeah.
Goldblum. Chaos. Interesting show about I guess he plays Zeus, of course, the Greek
Yes,
god, and
they play the old Greek mythological gods.
yeah, well, updated version of those, of course. And I guess there are shenanigans going down within all the gods and I guess three specific humans who could pose a threat or something.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
interesting. Like, I like Jeff Goldblum. So I'm looking forward to that. And then on the 30th, we got
I don't know if you didn't like him in that one show on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus couldn't resurrect anybody. So Christopher Nolan's movies weren't working on Disney Plus. Let's just put it that way. Disney Plus suck. Anyway, but Breathless is the next show on the April on the 30th. This is a Spanish show, I believe, as well. It's kind of
Yes, sir.
medical drama, kind of an ER
Yes.
kind of thing. So those.
This is we say Spanish, but when we say Spanish, I mean this is from Spain.
This is the true Spanish show.
Yeah, true Spanish. Yes.
Well, there we go. Not exactly Latino, kind of, but still, they're
Absolutely.
Latino adjacent. How's that?
Yeah.
So I can live with that. But look, we'll see how that goes. I said a lot of stuff coming out next couple of weeks. Of course, we'll be back on next week to talk about what came out the first couple of weeks. Of course, as always, subscribe if you're new to the channel, support, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.